Welcome to the podcast. I'm Sarah J. Cross, and I'm here to support you on your journey to becoming a successful product biz owner with tips, strategies, and stories to support and guide you through the good times and the challenges of running a product-based business. Today, I'm talking to you about how to master your money mindset. If you've been reading my blog or following me on social media for a while now, you'll know I'm a big believer in investing in yourself and your business. When new clients come my way, one of the first things we work on together is money mindset and limiting beliefs. Typically, investing in the business is one of the biggest challenges, and the conversation generally goes a little something like this. New client: Sarah, I want to hit 500,000 this year in my business. I've been growing year on year, but only in small increments. How do I push through this plateau I've hit? Me: fantastic. Let's chat about your current strategy and see where there's room to grow. Tell me, do you have a virtual team supporting you? New client: oh no, I've only just outsourced bits and pieces here and there. Me: right, so the majority of your time is spent working in the business, not on it. Is that right? What about your advertising and marketing? Have you allocated a budget? New client: well, I sort of spend a little here and a little there, but I haven't committed to a lump sum. I'm worried I'll increase expenses without increasing income. You can see where this is going, right? The plateau generally comes at a time where you've reached the ceiling of your earning capacity using your current model. In order to grow your business, you absolutely must invest in it. It's a bit like real estate investments. You can spend the money and renovate in order to get a faster guaranteed profit. Or you can patiently wait for years and years without investing in improvements and just hope that the capital growth outweighs the mortgage repayments. A key player in your business is obviously marketing. This is where it pays, pardon the pun, to adopt a winning money mindset. Take my lovely client, Naomi, from Avacus, Australia. Naomi decided to invest in paid Facebook ads, and she spent $2,000 on an advertising campaign. As a result, for a total month, she actually gained $40,000 in sales. Pretty wow. So that was a $2,000 paid investment. Yep, it was hard for Naomi to part with initially, but the gains were huge. So putting the right systems in place, contacting experts to guide her, advertising, social media, and a business coach, me, created a shift in how she does her business. Fast forward 6 months and Naomi's revenue has increased by a whopping 200%. Her husband has even joined the business too. So here's the thing, nothing is free in this world. If, for example, you are relying on social media and not investing in advertising, your results will reflect this. Now, organic social media posts have their place, but if this is your main source of marketing, I would challenge you to rethink your plan of attack. At any moment, Facebook or Instagram can change the algorithm and limit your post dramatically. What would you do then? Would your business crumble? A smart business owner would have multiple marketing tactics, humming in harmony to keep their sales pipeline nice and healthy. They would have invested for growth. The impact on their bottom line could be easily minimized by ramping another element up or allocating more budget to an alternative revenue stream. So why is it so important to adopt a positive money mindset? It sets you up for a pathway to freedom. The pathway to freedom is to develop the ability to master your fears and doubts, which comes from those limiting self-beliefs. When you do this, you'll be able to create the life and business of your dreams. The benefits of mastering your fears and doubts when it comes to those limiting beliefs is that you will see a return on your investment to achieve more success and build a profitable business. You will create less stress and gain more peace of mind for your cash flow and the success of your business, which will achieve the lifestyle that you've always dreamt of. Here's a fact. Did you know that 80% of small business owners actually quit or fail in the first year because of the fear and doubt that they have. Some examples of creating the pathway to freedom is about sometimes just saying yes and then working things out. When I started my own business back at the age of 24, I was set up in my 2-bedroom apartment and I was looking forward to my very first Christmas season. My business was only about 4 months old and the business was all about putting together gourmet gift boxes. I had received a warm referral from a friend where I'd worked as a caterer in a private law firm in Melbourne, Australia. She referred me to another law firm who called to ask me if I'd be willing to provide them with 800 gift-wrapped hampers for their staff Christmas gifts. At that very moment, my jaw dropped to the ground and I calculated rapidly in my head that that was a $30,000 order. Of course, I was beyond excited, but at the same time, I had absolutely no idea how I was going to be able to put that order together. I mean, I was in my 2-bedroom apartment, but I simply said yes and then decided that I'd have to work out the best way I was going to be able to fulfill that order. It was quite a crazy time. I called in my family and friends to help me. I reached out to neighbouring apartments to see if I could store all these hampers that were being gift wrapped. I even had handmade chocolate truffles inside the hampers that were going to a law firm in the middle of this heat wave in Melbourne. It was just crazy. But what it taught me was that you have to go with your gut feeling. When something feels so right but so scary, you have to learn to say yes. That was a major turning point for me in my business. At that point, I didn't realize how lucrative the corporate gifting industry was going to be and how that would be the pinnacle for me in my business that was going to set me up and solely target the corporate gift market. And I was able to build a multi-million-dollar gift product business. So another factor that I like to talk about with your pathway of freedom, freeing up that money mindset, setting yourself up for success, is asking yourself, who are you hanging out with? Who do you listen to? Is it about listening to other people's fears that can manifest into your own doubts? That can definitely mess with your mindset. I've had a client in the past who had a really unsupportive partner. She was actually unable to tell her partner that she had invested in business coaching in order to learn how to grow and scale her business. Situations like that are difficult. You want the people you care about and who live closely with you to share in your wins and losses. And in that sense, it's really important to not always listen to what other people have to say because their doubts aren't always about you. Sometimes it's about the fear that they have or that they could never do something quite as brave as what you're doing by having your own business. There's also that fear of failure that I think everyone feels. You know, the fear of losing money, the fear of losing face should your business fail. The best remedy I feel is to always ensure that you invest in mentors during your business journey. Choosing someone to work with who's walked in your shoes. Choosing someone who has the results on the board and who can be the right mentor for you. My recommendation is to ask for a referral if you are seeking business support from a professional. This will definitely help you so much. So what happens if you've said yes to something that's really large, a really great opportunity, a huge contract, or like what I had, a $30,000 order to pack 800 gift hampers in my 2-bedroom apartment? What if you were to mess up the delivery? What if you weren't able to fulfill it? This was something that I had to take on board when I did have that $30,000 order. It was a big responsibility. And I learned how to do things differently as my business grew. I also learned how to outsource and how to look at other avenues of being able to scale up and grow my business to the next level. And learning the art of outsourcing can really allow you to take on much larger orders, bigger contracts with your manufacturing, to take those learnings and develop new processes, but to be really creative about problem solving. As I always say to my children, I have 2 boys, I always say there's always a solution to any problem. What about if you can't pick or choose your family? Maybe it's a case that you're oversharing information. I think you need to choose wisely who you ask for feedback and advice. It's really important to protect your business dream and to not have anyone else be that dream crusher. Be careful with what you share and choose wisely when it comes to asking for feedback and advice. Ensure that there is always somebody who actually has had the same industry experience or who has also successfully run a business over a long-term period that you want to take advice from or be your mentor. What if I don't have the funds to invest in a mentor or a program? I recommend that you get creative with your resourcefulness. Look at things that you need to sell. Look at opportunities for you to be able to find the money and treat it as an investment, not a cost. So to recap about changing your money mindset, maintaining a really positive mindset around growth and scaling up your business. Next time you're faced with a big decision that makes you feel that sort of uneasy, maybe anxiousness in your stomach, I recommend you go for it. That's usually a sign that there's a really big business opportunity for you, and it's worth taking the bull by the horns and saying yes. My second step that I recommend for you to help on your pathway to freedom would be to choose wisely the 5 people you hang out with the most. Is it time to do a bit of a people audit? Always make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who are going to always build you up and provide you with encouragement and support rather than trying to pull apart your business dream. And my third tip is to research and follow experts who have already been successful in your industry and model that. Well, everyone, I hope you found today's episode really interesting and that you've been able to take away some nice juicy nuggets. If you've missed anything or you'd like to go back and revisit anything in detail, you can click on the link to today's show notes and get a copy of everything we've talked about today in your email inbox. It's time for me to say goodbye, and I will see you in our next episode.